So today is the day before VidCon 2026 and it's early badge pickup day. It's time to pick up the badge because lines are usually very long on the day of. That's pretty cool looking.
Last time I talked to him. Yeah, or an hour.
Thanks.
Have a good one.
You too.
Do you have a bag?
To my hotel.
First day of VidCon 2026.
Okay, cool. Yeah, just we'll meet up later. Sounds good, brother. Well, you have fun.
say, hey, it's great.
Well, you get
That's like
consent.
saying, like, hey, shoot me, and then when you shoot the person, you're still gonna go to jail even if you don't do it.
Yeah, I don't think pepper spray is deadly weapon.
It's considered a weapon.
Is it peppers in it?
Yes, obviously.
Yeah, I think so.
You guys want to know what they did for me the other day? So my birthday was 2 days ago.
Oh yeah.
And
Happy birthday
no,
to you.
my birthday's over. My birthday's over.
Birthday to you. You did this to yourself, Kate. Happy birthday, dear Kate. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. So my birthday was 2 days ago.
Oh, and today is our anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Day 2 of VidCon.
Good job, that's fine. Alright, we need to disqualify one person. Let's try to make it harder. What color? Green? Alright. Right foot blue. Can you do it? Christina. That's all. Anybody right foot on red? Guys, can you get a job? Oh my gosh! Alright, I'm gonna give you a hard one. Can you put your left foot on red? Guys, I don't know. Please, I don't know.
Best friend. She'll give it.
Alright. Okay.
Hi Kimmy, it's Megan. I'm here at VidCon. We're missing you so much, but I heard that you're playing a lot of Roblox, which I love, obviously. So keep on gaming, and I hope you have a really great weekend. Bye. Is that good enough? Awesome. Okay, good. Oh, good, good.
Oh, you can
How are
get
you?
it.
Oh, really? I'm so glad to be a part of your childhood. I mean, I guess. If the chain was silver, I think I keep going. You're okay. You're okay. Take your time. No, you're fine.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Doing good. Ooh. Thank you so much.
And pink and teal are some of my favorite colors. So, I use them in my home.
We just did a panel on brand new. And there was like right before we came here. And three of them. My boss was like working on it, but also there was complications.
She can't go straight up. Or like she's gonna get sick and I don't like that. I generally did not think that got me.
crazy influence, I think we even understand how different communities impact our identity as we're still figuring it out. And I think a lot of NBA players go through that part of the career as they're given these big brands, they're given this notoriety, they're given this platform that they got to figure out how to live into. And they got to figure out how to maintain that as they get older in their careers, as they become fathers, as they transition out of the league. So I just think players are always looking for healthy communities that match the identity of who they are and who they're becoming.
Beautiful. One of the things, CJ, we spoke about during the podcast is there's a lot of research which shows that there's a tremendous amount of anxiety in the social media milieu amongst influencers. If your image in cyberspace is very different to what's going on in your life, if your image in a curated Instagram is leaning against a venti and you can't afford the hubcaps, it's going to be a constant nervous sense of, they're going to catch me out. Speak to us, if you will, about the identity of being a player, but there's a heck of a lot more to me when I'm off the court. Because I think one of the reasons why you had such a long career and why you are being biased, a wholesome human being, is there's a lot more to CJ Miles than just a three-pointer.
I think part of it is trying to teach who's playing, but becoming a team. As guys are learning themselves and tournaments and going in, and there's like 2 separate timelines going on. It's like real life outside of basketball and that NBA. And when those things kind of turn into a battle, sometimes who I'm becoming as a man doesn't match up with what I'm asking to do as a basketball player. Like I'm trying to expand as a man, but I'm playing these small roles as a player, and things start becoming combative. And you can't find a way to the outer human. And when someone separates them out as far as I did, it's just a part of my life that I all the way. It's small. To allow it to define you. Because I've been called a basketball player one time when I was being called a game. I would have been a great market about that. Right? And I think that's something that's not true.
And so players are doing that every night. And so it is a lot. And so I think that these real players to build a realistic it's really
Yeah, data. Data is really big. If you're going to do content, I mean, you got to start with data. What about you? Oh, you did? You learned that. Can you tell me? Hold on, I'm going to write this down. Yeah. No, yeah, of course, man. Yeah, it's like, you know, it's so funny. We're so afraid of rejection or they're going to say no. Well, if you craft the right email or the right message, you're going to stand out, you know? Just use ChatGPT or something. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
You should only ignore like you should only ignore hate from users if they're like actually supposed to be trying to if they're actually like supposed to be trying to criticize.
Yeah. So the difference, so you know how they say, hey, don't listen to the hate? I'm like, yo, bring on the hate. But it's like if they're like, hey, you're a piece of garbage, I'm like, I'm not gonna listen to that. But if they're like, hey, your content is and it's criticism, yeah, that's really good. Really good. All right. And personally, by the way, oh man, hate lives right here. There's a chip right there with all the hate from over the years. It's a driving force, so you can use it for positive. Cool. All right, let's kick this off. So this is all about ideation, which is, you know, I know everybody back there. It's going to be a great panel here. We don't have Alex. He is not here, but please welcome Shira, Xiao, and Anthra. I can't say your name. Come on out, guys, and let's talk about how to build content strategy.
I feel like I need to get some content, you guys. What's up, everyone? All right. Where should I sit all the way here? No.
Yeah, sit
I'll
close.
stay here. Oh, whoa, that was, so we're getting into how to generate ideas, coming up with new ideas, which I think is one of the, of many things, one of the more challenging things for creators as we keep up our businesses and do everything on our own, it seems. So, yeah, just for some context, I'm Shira Lazar. I'm the founder and CEO of What's Trending. What's Trending has been around since 2011 as a digital media brand and publisher. I was actually at the first ever VidCon. Yes, doing like red carpet interviews and everything. So if you go to the VidCon YouTube page, one of the first videos, you'll see me interviewing folks like YouTube stars, and we all look like babies, basically. So it's so cool to continue to be here and to see it grow and to see the evolution of the space, all of the community as well as the creators, and new faces constantly coming in, as well as folks, and you're not new, you've been around. YouTube has still been around. I mean, huge platforms. So let's get into it. One, of course, do you know Anthro, you guys? I want to just, like, I also want to make sure for those who might not know you, they know a bit about your backgrounds. You're the mind behind some of the internet's biggest real-world moments. Who's seen the Timothée Chalamet look-alike contest? Yes. Also, Kid with Crocs, Cheese Ball Man. I mean, the list goes on and on. But what's really interesting about Anthro isn't just the stunts, it's his whole philosophy, using content to pull people actually offline, build real community with real third spaces. So give it up for Anthro again. We're gonna do another little intro. Context is important. Then we've got Chalamet, up for 30 under 30 honoree. Yes, that deserves a clap. That's hard. But one of the ones that's not going to win the world. You know, all those people are like, some of them are scammers, right? You're not one of the scammers. Have you heard about this thing before? And one of Asia's biggest comedy creators, billions of views, a diamond play button, and an entire production studio that she built from locking herself in her room making videos. If anyone has turned staying consistent into a science, it's her. Give it up for Shelway, everyone. So let's start with some honesty. When's the last time you actually had no ideas? When has that happened, and how did you deal with that?
Yeah, I mean, to be frank, I don't think I ever had no ideas. It's a matter of like sifting through the good and the bad ones. And actually, I want to, before we like dive too deep, I think what's really cool about this panel is like kind of the depth of character and thought here. As I was like looking at this panel earlier today, like you come from a traditional background and are in like the STEM edutainment space, and you've done a lot of like real work in politics.
Yeah, figure out like creator economy, emerging tech, AI, and I also have creators for mental health. Who's into mental health here? Come on, yes.
Everybody who didn't clap, that's on you.
I'm excited to talk to you about that, by the way. And then, I created the first creator bill of rights with Congressman Conrad this year, so lots happened with that. But
Yeah, that's awesome.
are you interviewing me? Thank you for doing research.
And obviously, we both make entertainment content, but for entirely different demographics. So I think it's interesting to see like the difference between how we run things. So that's what I'm excited to explore, and hopefully we can save time for questions from people. So whoever has the best questions is gonna get a really crisp high five. But to your point, yeah, I think for me, I have like probably a Google Doc somewhere of over 100,000 ideas over the past 12 years of creating. And it's a matter of finding the ones that like feel magic and also executable. But yeah, I mean, generally I'd say I have bad ideas all the time, but I wouldn't say I have no ideas. I'd say ideation is a muscle, so the more that you do it, the more your mind is just constantly racing. Every time I see someone's video, whether good or bad, I am particularly inspired, and whether or not something good comes from it is up in the air.
Yeah, and what about you, Michelle?
Yes, I agree with him. Like, we have tons of ideas. I think for most of the creators, we have tons of ideas. We just don't know like which to pick.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're actually deciding like which one should we use. So for us, what we do is like actually I have a content team.
Yeah.
And the content lead is actually my boyfriend, so we fight a lot. Like he's like, this is good, and I will say no, mine is good.
Yeah.
So, and what we do is like, okay, we just test it out. We prove it by the data.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how we convince each other for the next time.
That's interesting. I do the opposite almost. So actually, that's a really good point. Wait, who here? Everyone makes content here. Everyone is like a content creator.
Who's a creator?
Wow.
So there is kind of like two ways to do it, I would say. So once you have an idea, there's like two litmus tests. There's like the data side, which is super powerful, and then there's also like the emotional side. So you can either look to other videos, like, oh, if I want to make a video about slides, like Alex, like there's XYZ people, like the cap is like 50 million or better, right? This short form video has 50 million views. Or if it's something that's never been seen before, like a lot of what I do is very experimental. I like show it to people. Like the worst, meanest people in my life are by far my most valuable assets. Like the people that are just like, yo, this video sucks, bro. Like those people are super valuable to me. I've got probably 7 of them. And if I send a video or an idea to them and all 7 of them are like, that's good, it always rips.
Even if they're not in the content world, they're just people looking at a video.
Yeah, just very critical people.
Yeah, I think that's really interesting. I guess, how do you organize your thoughts and ideas? I think that's also an issue. Like, how many people have so many sticky notes and like can barely organize all of it and like recall maybe an idea? I don't know. There's so many things that get lost in the abyss. How do you also do that? Do you have like a Google Doc? Do you, I don't know, Figma? Like, I don't even know what people are using. Trello.
It's a hodgepodge for me, I would say. I'm very not type A. I've tried to be organized. Anybody use Notion?
Oh, Notion's one of them too. Yeah.
Notion's great. Like Notes app on my phone is something I'll do. Every plane ride I take, I like don't do anything other than write in my Notes app. So I've got lots of Notes app for ideas. Are you organized? You seem like you'd be very organized.
No,
You're not?
I'm pretty straightforward. We open a WhatsApp group, and then everything, like all the jokes, we just throw into the group. That's all.
You lose track though? Like, I can tell you how many times like I've lost track of an idea, and then I go back maybe, and then I go, oh, we never did that. And then either it's lost the timeliness, or that maybe I'm not into it anymore. Like, how do you resurface those ideas and make sure you remember?
So that's a good point. I would say if you feel very passionately about an idea in the moment, odds are it is time to execute upon that. That's a really, there's a classic, it's like, not to be, what is it, like a performative male, but like the Rick Rubin book, anybody read The Creative Act? One person in this whole 10 people. It's like the quintessential like snarky creative book. It's Rick Rubin's like this prolific music producer. But in that book, he says like, if you have a really great idea and you don't execute it, somebody else in the zeitgeist will do it. And I found that to be 100% true. If I'm like, that's a great idea, and I don't do it within the first like 6 months, someone does it. So anything that I feel very passionately about, I usually don't lose track of, because I just do it.
Elizabeth Gilbert also has a book. She wrote Eat, Pray, Love. This is another book, and she talks about how ideas find you, and you could be the vessel for the idea. And then if you don't move on it and act on it, it will find someone else. And so it's really up to you to decide what's with your time and energy. Are you gonna jump into it? But then on the other hand, how do you deal with the distractions? Ideas, there could also be ideas that are distractions. That may be like, you're very particular about your content. What do you, I guess, how do you navigate the ideas worth doing versus maybe the distraction ideas?
Instead of calling it distraction, I would say it's something new for me to
experience. Yeah.
Yeah, so I actually welcome all the distractions. Okay, because if you do the same thing too repetitively, you'll get bored, and I believe that your audience will get bored as well. So sometimes do something like out of the norm, something that's like weird. I think it's fine.
How long did it take you both to figure out the formats that work and to like find your brands, your creator brands?
Yeah, I've reinvented myself many times on the internet. So I've been doing this for like 12 years now. I used to do sketch comedy, and then I was in a TikTok house, and then I made skits, and then I made college content, and then I ran Mr. Beast short form creative, and then the past 2 years I've been doing these like anonymous stunts, and now I also have like a friend group channel. So I just keep reinventing myself, but and this is also to your point on like distractions. For me, like even if a project fails, I'm always just going into it being like, is this emotionally compelling and fun? Like, do I want to put this out in the ether? And if it fails, which I failed many times, you learn everything you know. So, or you use everything you know. So basically, when I have a failure, I just like, it's just data for me to go back onto and be like, well, that didn't work. So even the quote unquote distractions end up helping me. And I'm always reinventing my brand, and for me, it's always just an emotional question. Just show it to friends, and usually it works.
And it's funny because these days when you fail or you succeed, like it's the founder story. It's like people want to be brought into the journey and actually see what works, what doesn't, and it can be part of the content for some people.
Yeah.
Right? What about you?
Actually, I didn't start to do this like family-friendly content first. Before this, yeah, I tried out like different kind of stuff. The one made me viral is actually the special effect. I built like, we asked our editor to build a train like that cross into your house and stuff, and then they made my video viral during the COVID period. And then we also tried different stuff like education stuff, different kind of things, and then ended up actually we are planning to do like just normal trending like adult content, but by accident I'm kind of like acting too childish. Maybe I'm short, maybe I look like too childish in a sense, I don't know. So the path go towards this kids comedy, and then we also noticed that like this genre actually not much people is doing in this genre. So we were like thinking this is actually good because kids, they don't really have much choices because they have like, for example, Coco Melon, like super kid that kind of content, or they have like adult that kind of content. But I think for this specific like age group, they don't have much options to choose. So we were like, hey, it's actually quite good, and then we can spread positivity like with I think it's good. Yeah. So I'm doing this.
You discovered that one video that was more for kids that you did, or did you realize it was for kids?
I noticed that I'm doing that for kids, and then actually I have like the 10-ish, about 20 characters. So every time, how we generate characters is actually because okay, we have run out of content. Okay, what's next? Let's create another character so we can like do more, like that there's more possibility that we can bring into our content.
Do you like a map, like a wall of all the characters and all that?
Yeah, we do have a map like that. So this is the main character. She has her sister, she has a family, she has a best friend, classmates, and there's a bully because you have a good people and then you have a bad people as well. So yeah, we create like a universe.
I want to touch on something you just said that's really compelling, where you didn't set out to make kids or family-friendly content, and now you are, which I think is very valuable. So like when I started doing all this undercover anonymous stuff, I just thought it was funny. Like I'm like, oh, I would watch a guy eat a jar of cheese balls in a mask, or like I would go to a Timothy Challenge look like competition, or like I would watch. I've got probably 10 undercover pages, all that are around 1 million followers now.
What? How do you even keep that up? I can barely keep up one profile.
Unfortunately,
It's fun.
Unfortunately, I've seen now. I think it's just funny. Like I'm just like, this is funny. And now people, call it performance art. So I'm kind of like leaning into that. Like, oh, like people call me like dumb internet Banksy, which is a very high praise. I'm like, that's funny, and I'll lean into it. So similar, to you, I think many of you will make a video that you like for one reason, and perhaps other people like for another. I think there's nothing wrong with like leaning into that, as long as it's like not too inauthentic. Like if you set out to make lifestyle content and you happen to like capture this audience that thinks it's cringe, like you don't want to like feed those people, right, that are gonna tear you down. But if you set out,
people do that.
Yes, for sure. And hey, how do
Whatever floats your boat.
No, how do
Positivity.
Yeah, no, there are plenty of people that lean into the rage bait thing. But let's say you set out to make like lifestyle content, like normal lifestyle content, and you get an audience that likes your comedy, like lean forward. I think that's really powerful. I've seen lots of people succeed in doing that.
I feel like I typically wouldn't ask creators like what's the key to viral video. However, you two like do viral videos so consistently. So I guess I want to know like what is the key to that, because it seems like you two have figured out some sort of recipe.
Yeah, for me, and again, the one thing I'll say is that like the second that everybody starts doing a thing a certain way, it becomes like normalized, and then it doesn't become viral. If that makes sense, right? Like people talk about the Mr. Beastification, right? The idea, this is an analogy I'm sure some of you have heard. We're sort of like the purple horse analogy. Okay, I've told people.
Purple cow?
Purple cow, yeah, it's the same thing. I mean, you heard of that?
Seth Godin, purple
Yeah,
cow?
I mean, this is
Okay, go. Yeah.
classic. Basically, if you are driving down the countryside and you saw a horse, what would you do?
That's horse.
A horse, sure, yeah. Now you're driving down the countryside and you see a purple horse. What do?
Pull.
You stop, you take a photo, right? Now, 50 days later, you've seen a purple horse every single day for 50 days. Now, your 50th time, what do you do when you see the purple horse?
Oh, bro.
Probably nothing, you keep driving. So, for me, what I like to chalk it down to is I like to delight people, right? Give them something they haven't seen before, or give them a feeling they want to consistently feel. So like, again, you don't have to do the most like viral and crazy new thing ever. Like, I think that people like Hank Green, creator of VidCon, has consistently provided education, entertainment content for like 16 plus years now. Like that's also incredibly valuable. So it's not always about being like, I try to
like my career, to be honest. Like I would love to be going viral more, and it's like, and then I'm also just constantly just sharing information, things I'm learning. Yeah.
I think that like there's so much value in that. So I try to like tell people, I'm like you can go viral, but like you know, if your goal is to be viral, you have to be viral all the time, as opposed to maybe just providing, entertainment or a laugh or whatever it is. But I'd say that's the big thing for me, is like delighting people and finding that like new purple cow and putting it out in the ether. And then once people have, like, I just started a page. I don't know how much specifics I give. We just started one, and it's reached over 1 million in like 2 weeks now. And there's been like 30,000 people who copied our video already. And so it's like, but that's what we want. Like, we want to like be the thing that like pushes people.
Faceless?
No, it's not faceless.
Okay, I'll say what it is. Okay.
No, I can't say what it is. But
oh, someone else's face. Oh yeah, because you do things like with the old guy, where you like do you find actors or like people that you kind of make the face?
Yeah.
Your personality, but you're the what's it called, the like what's Dorothy? You're the wizard. You're Oz.
That's way too high praise. But yeah, yeah. Oh, and last thing I'll say on this briefly is it's taste and execution. So like feeling deeply about something and being like, watching tons of content and being part of the group you're trying to create for, and then being able to execute it, right? Both are just as important as one another. Like there's no video without the ability to shoot and edit, and there's no thing to shoot and edit if you don't have the feeling to create. So.
What about you? Key to a viral video.
I agree with his purple cow, and then we have a formula. We always use that formula in our video, especially for the first 3 seconds. Like put that purple cow in the first 3 seconds. So for example, for our video, for example, if I want to drink boba, I don't drink boba normally. I'll put a full, like, I saw
that video, yeah.
I drink it like that, and I don't story goes. So that 30 seconds will keep the audience like curious, like what is this? Like why is she doing that? So you're catching their attention. So that's how we like at least we drag their attention, stay in our video to like continue watching our video.
I want to get to questions in a second. We're already like running out of time, but I think that you two are the geniuses. Clearly, and your teams too, but the genius minds. How do you then translate that to a team? Because I feel like you could have an idea as a creative and an individual, like the artist behind it, but then getting your team on board to make sure they're thinking in the same way, or maybe it's not about that. Like, how are you doing it at scale? How are you like getting your teams to execute against this and building that out? Because that's also a big thing I think people are thinking about. Like ideas, execution, team, scale.
Yeah, I want to be careful about like recommending people to like build the team. Like the building the team thing should come like pretty late. I don't know if you. I would love to hear your take on this. But I've been a creator for probably like 12 years now. Only the past like 2 years have I like really built out the team. I think what you need are like partners. I think like most creators are going to be like small businesses really. And like I think that's how it should be. I also think it's honestly way more fun, way less stressful to like be a team of like 1 to 4.
It's a decision, trust me, yes.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm sure you've seen it a million times over. But yeah, I would say finding people who you love to work with who aren't yes people. I think that's the best advice I could give. I have lots of projects, like I have a group project we just started called Bunch of Friends. So I have my personal team, it's about 14 now.
What are they all doing?
It's honestly, right now it's a lot of brand work. Like brands love what I do because it's like all undercut. So yeah, I mean like brands just always come to the door and I send it off to the team. But Bunch of Friends is a good example. It's 4 of us and we're all creators. And we all are like, the goal is to, again, this is a very fun career to have, ultimately. Like it's such an incredible career. Don't lose that. So like be surrounded by people who are joyous and don't drag you down and are gonna be kind, but also aren't afraid to be like, yo, this video is trash.
I'm happy you said that because I had a video recently, so it was like viral, but like the edit came in and I was like, this isn't good. And then I had to be like, I think you're an amazing editor, but like, be honest, do you think this video is cool? Like, do you like it? Like, if you saw it, would you watch it and share it? No? Why are you giving this to me then? How dare you? You know, and you're fired. I was like, but yeah, what about you in terms of team scale?
Yeah, for us, I'll try to build a culture that I think that is suited to our IP, I'll say. Is it called IP?
Your needs, your IP, your brand.
Yeah.
Your brand,
So,
yeah.
so we have
So
a team
property.
of we have a team of around 20 right now, and then but we don't let go the content side because the content is the crucial one, the most crucial thing for your channel. So you can hire a videographer, you can hire an editor and stuff, but eventually if you're the creator, the content has to be from you because you're the core. And then spread the culture that you want, for example, positivity, for example, build kindness and stuff. Yeah, I just
Respect, all that. We have 5 minutes. Questions. Let's get to questions. And all right, do we have a mic? All right, you can just come up.
Yeah, you want to pass your mic?
Yeah, come up to the front so I can give you the mic, please, and in a line. Oh my God, I had heels on. That would be great myself.
Let's try to answer as many as we can.
Oh, we have that. Thank
great.
you, sir. Oh yeah. Oh, I can't. Oh, I can. Okay, you're gonna have to watch me do this again. Oh, okay.
Okay, so one more question. My question is, okay, so I kind of heard some things about, like, okay, the content has to be from you. Like, what exactly does that mean? Because I know that there are some creators that are just perfectly fine with just doing everything themselves. Like, I just want to like understand more about like just how I can have this same success because I'm a creator that just prefers like, okay, I just rather do everything myself.
You're asking like at what point do you delegate? Is that essentially the question?
What I mean this is like, is there a way I can have this like same kind of success if I do everything myself? Like even if I don't have like a team or like partners like you do?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I was completely solo, and most creators are solo for like I know creators who have 25 million subscribers that are just complete solo. I think it's a matter of what you're making. Like if you're making super high lift content, you can't like reasonably do that at scale consistently unless you have a team around you. But if you're just speaking to the camera, like captivating a community, I think it can easily go on.
Know when it's time to like where you're either spread thin, you're getting a ton of work, like brand deals, like it's time to delegate. When you're stressed out, burnt out, these are signs. You're doing things you hate. You don't want to continue creating from a hate, angry place. Get some support. Delegate what you don't like doing when you have the money to do it. Don't stress yourself out and spend more money than you don't have. Wait, do you want to answer or anything? No, is that okay?
Okay. When you do experimental content, what is like the strategy for coming up with ideas that are something that people haven't seen or that purple horse, while also lowering the risk that just naturally comes with experimental content?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question, and it's something that ultimately only comes from great minds arguing. So there's a book called Creativity Inc. Anybody familiar? It's a good read. No one's read Creativity Inc.
Or maybe I should get that for my team. Did you read it?
It's a book on the people who made Pixar and like how they did it. And it was literally like the 10 greatest minds in animation yelling at each other around a table. And just like whoever's idea came out on top wins. So again, we're always like, I have a bunch of friends, myself and my close confidants and squad, like we want to be better than everybody at like delighting people and like making the internet the place we want to see it. So we will just argue for hours until that happens. But other than that, yeah, I mean, it's hard. It's not like a science because it's about where the culture's at and it's like an emotional art. We're just trying to like feel it out, I guess. Hopefully that was. Did I pass?
Yeah, that passed. That was super helpful.
Somebody do you want
Well, for if you are doing some experiment, like new experiment, for us, we'll make sure the pace is really fast. We talked about formula a lot, sorry. So
People want to hear it.
that really fast pace, and then remember your first 3 seconds. So let the audience know like what is this video about. So if people get attracted, they'll stay. So after that, you will read the data, and you will know if you should do part 2 or part 3 or part 4 or not.
Thank you so much.
So, what is your guys' process for making content? Because I make content myself, and I don't know if it's just because I have a tight niche, but sometimes I found it like really hard to come up with ideas. So I was just wondering what you guys think.
niche?
I make VR content on a game called Bone Lab.
That's really specific.
Yeah, I would say there's the general pipeline you can go down, which is ideation, feasibility, pre-production, production, post-production. Like that's like the most like basic answer I can give you. But realistically, there isn't a right way. I would say do whatever is the path of least resistance that allows you to have output, and preferably, I think, I don't know if you already have this, but like finding a group of people that are just going to motivate you in your niche will probably help you discover that, because it's probably different for you than it is for everybody in this room.
I have some. Go.
I would say get more reference as much as possible. Just like how you study. Like you read a lot of books, then after that you come out your own thought and stuff. But before that you have to read tons of books to generate thoughts.
I mean, I'm assuming because you're so niche, it's like, what's your day-to-day? If you are going to do day-to-day, what can you do day-to-day for a content strategy? Or is it like, how many times a week? And are you doing one gameplay? Are you doing one like video that's like taking on a trend, but that's in your niche? And then are you going to do another, like a third video that week that's a collab, right? So you put it in those content buckets, and then maybe even do some shooting of each content bucket as it comes out, or when news headlines come out. So you reacting to someone, or even you reacting to other people. So I think those are kind of some like buckets to make more consistent. And then AI, we haven't even talked about AI for ideas. I do use sometimes Claude or ChatGPT to come up with new ideas. And now you can also, depending on your comfortability and take off you have to check settings and all that, but have them look at your channel, what you've done, to see maybe what types of content you've done in the future. It might be more like this, and you can say, I've done this content, what are my missing? What can I do more of? And then get ideas from that too. There you go.
Thank you.
One more. Oh, damn. Who's after this? Is there another session after this? Oh, we're rapping. This is the last. Okay.
All right. As a small creator, we have big challenges. How do we get out like the door to collab with other people? I think that's one of the struggles that I face, whether I have a weak portfolio or the other person has their own struggles, like that being imposter syndrome or their own startup and then to finish executing. So how do you get out of that?
Imposter syndrome?
Yeah. No, collabing.
Yeah.
Collabing, yeah.
Yeah, it is interesting because, you know, for the first 6 years of my career, like, I was like, yo, no one wants to collab with me. But now it's like everyone in the world wants a piece of this. So it kind of happens overnight. What I'll say is that I am a big proponent, depending on your niche, a collab probably, it might not help you at all, to be honest. I think it depends on, like, if you make content about being around other people, you're in like a niche where collaboration is great, like gaming, it is tough. I mean, it's, are you in, what's your niche?
So right now, I have I want to do everything, jack of all trades, right? That hasn't worked. So it's like a puzzle piece. I need to start at one corner. So right now I'm getting down logging and documenting. Like right now I'm on a fitness journey.
Oh, awesome.
So that's
awesome.
Awesome, right? I feel like a lot of people can relate. This is the marriage weight. So I learned the wife, and just coming back from that bandwidth of the marriage and then actually getting back to the gym and then starting there. I think once I start there and see my progress, then the rest will be easy.
Yeah, I agree. I think if you put that is such an earnest and beautiful story. Like this is where I start with when I'm building undercover pages, for example. Like, is there something real and beautiful here? You clearly have a great story, and people will be compelled by that, whether or not they have quote unquote marriage rate or not. That's a beautiful story. So now the question is, and I think before collabs, it's how do I syndicate this story to the internet? And is there people how do I make people watch this, right? And then from there, once you have viewership, everyone's gonna come banging on your door. I found that to be more valuable. Nevertheless, if there's somebody who's in this niche already, it does you no harm, emailing or DMing.
Commenting, being good, consistent comments, or find people that are at your same level too, and start collaborating so you all rise together. That's also great. Or brands, build it up enough. It doesn't even need to be views. If you create great content, even if you don't have great views, a brand would see it and be like, this is really good though. Maybe we'll collaborate as well. So just things to think about. We do need a wrap. I'm so sorry. We could come and chat or whatever, but we are being kicked out. Thank you so much. Give it up for our amazing guests. Thank you.
That's what I respect about you.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Like in the Himalayas and shit, you have all the bells.
That's so funny. Out of soccer.
Not me.
Oh my goodness. I know this guy, Mom.
Electrolyte water. I'll take one, bro. There you go. Thank you. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you.
Thank you so much. Cool. Got free electric. Good. Electrolyte water.
I don't like it, but I don't like that. serious. And then I'm like, I just every
People. It would be crazy.
It's crazy. This is your first VidCon event.
yeah, like we go there and
VidCon 2026 is officially over. So today is the day before VidCon 2026 and it's early badge pickup day. It's time to pick up the badge because lines are usually very long on the day of.
Yeah.
What? That's a pretty cool backpack. Amazing backpack.
VidCon 2026 is officially over. Honestly, how of the 4 VidCons I've been to, 2017, 2023, 2025, and 2026, this is probably the best. I mean, they're all fun, but this is probably the best one so far.